Hello, everyone. Happy New Year to you all. Of course, I'm saying New Year because this is the first time I'm posting this year. It's been there's been a lot of other things that I've been into. So, but of course, I got to keep doing that God has put in my hand. I pray for God to give me more courage and zeal to keep doing it more consistently. Okay, today I'm going to talk about faith. You know, sometimes when we hear about faith, when people are talking about faith, I know to some people it may not make sense until you understand how faith really works. For instance, somebody that is sick and they say faith to tell you, say, I'm healed. In my in most cases, from my own personal experiences, um, faith, speaking faith is more effective when you back it up with the word of God, especially if you're facing spiritual battles. Why faith is why the word of God it helps your faith out during spiritual battles is because, for instance, there's a kind of battle that you find yourself spiritually when you then when you now remember, let's say, for instance, Isaiah 54, verse 17 says, no weapon fashioned against thee shall prosper. That is the word of God. And he's speaking about you and me. So let's assume in the spiritual realm, you're in a certain battle and you saw something that is supposed to make you scared. So then when once that verse come, because you've been memorizing that verse physically and you've been speaking it to yourself, automatically in the spirit realm you still remember that verse. So if you're able to control that in that spiritual realm, you have that kind of mindset in that spiritual realm, that means in the physical realm, no matter what the enemies does, you're coming out victorious. There is no weapon, there is no attack fashioned against you that will ever materialize. So that is faith. Faith is believing in the word of God.